I will explain in this video why a stock market crash is the best thing that can happen to a long-term value investor. So let's go. Hello and welcome back to Investing for Generations, your channel for high quality stock research and long-term value investing. And of course, nobody wants a stock crash because next to the chance to buy companies for a cheap price, of course, normally a stock crash also have a lot of influence in the normal life. In case of a stock crash, also a lot of people suffer poverty. So let me say this clear just to the start. Of course, if I could wish something, I just would say, yeah, let's go and the stock market just should rise forever. But when we look at the stock chart over the last 100 years, we just see that life is not like that. It's cyclic, and then we have crashes all the time. Of course, the Great Depression. Then also in the future we have crashes of 30, 40 or 50%. Even lately crash with the pandemic situation, but now also the rising again to the tops of the market. So in this video I want to explain why these crashes are big chances for long-term value investors, and that's what I'm talking about. This is a channel all about. So let's go into that. And I want to start with a picture of the outperformance of my portfolio. I started this North American portfolio at the 2nd of December 2019, and as you can see here on this screen, my portfolio outperforms the S&P 500 quite a bit by around 17% right now, and with an overall performance of almost 25% in this just short term of around 9 months now. And all of that is just possible because I was able to buy into the market in the depth of the crash and then never look back again. So how to do this? You have to focus on quality businesses. This is absolutely key. And what I mean by quality businesses, these are businesses which made money in the past, make money right now, and will make money also in the foreseeing future and hopefully forever. So you have to look at the earnings, you have to look at the cash flow, and then you will find high quality businesses. But this needs a lot of research, and I do this on this channel for every stock on my watch list and every stock on my portfolio, of course, too. And with that system, I build a portfolio of these companies, and you will find a deep analysis of any of these companies on my playlist on my channel, or here just up on the screen you find a link to this playlist of my portfolio. So check this out. And the second big rule is, and this is really difficult even more in times of social media and YouTube and whatever else, escape the hype. Escape the hype. You have hype in the stock market forever. Just the reason for the hype changes. Right now we have this tech hype, and we have the electric vehicle hype, and before we had the cannabis hype, and before that we have some else hype, whatever. There's always a hype in the market, and escape from that. Escape from this noise, because for example, when you look at the electric vehicle hype right now, 9 out of 10 of these companies will not make it. I bet on that. 9 of 10 will not make it, and almost every of these companies even don't made any pennies so far. Even Tesla, as of course the biggest in the sector, just lately began to make money. Don't follow this hype. I mean, this is more entertaining, of course. I know that's entertaining, and it looks like you can make very fast big money. And if you're lucky enough to bet on the right, maybe you can. But if this is your style of investing, you also can go to a casino and play roulette or whatever you like. The chances are almost the same. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about high quality long-term value investing. So, and when you found the high quality company, the high quality business, of course, you can't just buy in like that for any price. You have to have a clue, at least a guess, how much this business, this company is worth. And therefore, you have to make a valuation. And I almost always use the discount cash flow valuation or discount earning valuation. You can also find a video up here on the screen about that and how to evaluate a business stock. But you, of course, you have to do this. Otherwise, you just gamble and you just buy in blindly. And that's not what we want to do. What we want to do is to have a plan, waiting for a chance, and then go on. And the goal is to find high quality, great businesses for undervalued prices. And so we have to calculate the intrinsic value. As I said, I made a video about to calculate the intrinsic value. Check this out. This will help you a lot to find your way in this sometimes very crazy stock market. And right now, of course, with the very high stock prices, it looks like the stock market overall is overpriced. And we can see that the S&P 500, for example, just hit the top, the all-time high, and this in the depth of the pandemic situation and with it the recession. So this is a little bit absurd times, but the stock market is like it is. It's you can't predict the stock market, and sometimes it's just crazy and just the opposite happen from what you expect. And this is right now what happened, that we hit the all-time highs. So just live with it. Don't overthink it. That's the reality. And of course, with the pandemic and with the recession, also the earnings of the companies just decrease, sometimes just a little bit, but in other sectors a lot. But overall, the market seems overpriced, and another indicator of that is a Shiller PE ratio, and the current Shiller PE ratio is 31, and the mean of the Shiller PE ratio is 16 and the median is 15, so it looks like the market is overpriced a lot. For example, the very great businesses of the FANG companies, I would say at least Facebook, Apple, Amazon, and Google are great businesses. Netflix, I'm not so sure about that. To be honest, I never analyzed Netflix so far. Maybe I had to do this. Give me a comment in the comment section if I should analyze Netflix too. But all of these companies right now are overvalued, and you find videos of Facebook, Apple, and Google also on my playlist where I explain why these are great businesses, but also why I think it's overvalued right now. But of course, I would love to have Apple, Amazon, and Google in my portfolio, but just to the right price. And right now, it's not the right time and not the right price to buy in. And why it's so important even to buy into the greatest businesses in the world, not just blindly, but for a fair price, I want to show you on the example of Microsoft. Microsoft is absolutely great business, and it's not just from today, it's for the last decades. But if you bought into Microsoft in the dot-com bubble, then you had to wait 16 years just to come to a break even. And this despite the fact that Microsoft is a great company, was a great company even in the early 2000s. But that's what it is. That's what happened when you buy into a hike, when you buy a way overpriced company, even if it's the greatest business in the world. And this is one example. You can find a lot of examples of great businesses. If you bought them on the wrong timeline, you just sit on your losses. And I don't know if anybody have the patience to wait 16 years just to come to a break even. I hope with that you understand why it's so important. Find high quality businesses, evaluate them, and then wait for the right time. This is also the reason why a crash is the best friend of a long-term investor, because normally only in crashes you can find great businesses, at least for a fair price and hopefully even for a way undervalued price to make big profits in the future. That's the goal. That's the goal of this channel. And if you want to stick with it and if you want to profit of that, just subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell, and give me a big thumbs up, because this helps the YouTube algorithm very much. And of course, with this stock market run we have right now, the question becomes, how long can this go? And the answer is nobody knows. If you look at the interest rates, for example, which are at zero and at some points in the world are even in the minus, and when you also look at the balance sheet of the Federal Reserve and all the money printing lately, not just lately over the last decade, but lately then really insanely much, there is a lot of money in the market, and so this stock market run can go on for a while, for another year, another 2 years, whatever. Nobody know that. Nobody can predict that. Of course, if you are not in the market right now, it's very difficult to be patient, to wait for the right moment when all the stocks just run up and you're just on the sideline and wait. But it makes, in my view, no sense to run behind that. So you have to be patient. And for me personally, I'm in a very good situation. I'm invested around 80%. And of course, when the stock market just rises more, I gain a lot. But even if it crashes and there are new chances to buy in to fair prices, then I have another cash left just to buy more. So that seems like and feels like a perfect situation for me right now. But I also know the feeling when you just stay on the sideline and don't find a way to go into a rising market. And this is really a difficult time, but you have to be patient if you want to have great results in the long run. And for example, personally, I missed a lot of the stock run in the last decade before the pandemic. This hurts a lot. I know that. This hurts a lot. And even more, I'm happy I was able to go in this pandemic crash and use it to buy into great companies for a fair price. And also the greatest investor of all time, Warren Buffett, said, "A prediction about the direction of the stock market tells you nothing about where stocks are headed, but a whole lot about the person doing the predicting." So don't follow all the hype. You will find even a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of articles where people tell you that they know where the stock market goes, where they tell you it will go up another 100%, or another will tell you it will crash next week. All of that is nothing but noise, because nobody knows. Nobody knows, and this is what we have to live with. And the only thing we can do just to prepare for any situation. And that's what I try, and this is what I try to tell you, and maybe you can profit a little bit of my 20 years experience in the market. So what can you do in the meantime? You just have to wait and wait and wait, even if it's boring. Or maybe with the right person next to you, it's not that boring. Who knows? So make just the best out of it. And in the meantime, just focus on high quality businesses, research a lot, and find these businesses, put them on your watch list, evaluate their prices, evaluate their worth, and then just put it on the watch list and wait for the right moment to buy in. And therefore, most of the time, we need another crash. And if you do so, at the end, hopefully, your performance and your portfolio looks like that, your stocks will just rise if you buy them on the right moment when they are on sale and way undervalued. That's the goal. That's what we want to try here on the channel. This is what I want to try personally. And with my 20 years experience in the stock market, I learned for me this is the only way I can make money in this market and I can make money in the long term. This makes sense. This makes logic sense to me to find good quality businesses which make money in every situation and even in recessions, evaluate their price and buy it on a discount. Sounds easy, it's difficult because you have to learn to find high quality businesses. You have to learn to evaluate the businesses, and maybe the most difficult thing is you have to be super patient. That's the goal. That's my goal. And if you stick with me, we can go this journey together and profit from each other. So subscribe to the channel, give me a big thumbs up, ring the notification bell to never miss another video. And then we have a win-win situation. And don't forget, I have a deep analysis video of every of my stocks in my portfolio and even on my watch list. So check this out and enjoy. And as Warren Buffett said, the stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. So be patient. I know it's difficult. I needed at least 15 years to learn that, but it really matters and it really makes a difference on the long run. You have to be patient and waiting for the right time to buy in. And with that, I want to finish today and thank you for your audience. If you liked the video, give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell to never miss another video. And then we will see the next time and then with the analysis of another stock from our watch list. So see you then. Take care. Bye bye.